Right.
I didn't have to do
When you're right, you're right.
Do we want to cover? Do we want to just do E3?
No, they're still pretty cool.
You don't want to talk about YouTube or
I'm having
Crime Stoppers or anything?
Ooh.
Actually, yeah, John Gale.
Crime Stoppers is pretty funny.
The Crime Stoppers one is a proper meltdown.
It's from here?
Yeah.
I
the
cannot.
posters downtown. Did you hear
So
about that?
fucked.
Yeah.
I cannot fathom
All
how
right.
so many people.
We can start with
thought
that.
was a good
We can
idea.
start with that and then lead into E3.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am recording, so let's.
What?
Oh, what?
God damn it!
God
He's
damn
getting
it, Quinn!
so good with these.
Welcome back to the Weekend Fan Club. I don't know when Quinn started this episode. He's a piece of shit.
Oopsie! That made it worse. I
That made it
regret that so much. This plan backfired.
So, did they hear us talk about Crime Stoppers?
For a hot sec. Do you want me to start over? I can start over.
No.
No, we're in now.
Okay, so where we live, people just decided to put up really shitty tourist posters, basically just making up fake crimes that happened because.
No, they were real.
What?
Quote unquote, they were real.
So
Give me the facts. Give me the case.
I'm not saying
Give me
they
the court
were.
case.
I'm just saying what they
I mean,
said.
it's impossible
they said
to
it
know.
was real.
The posters are vague as shit, and some
Yeah.
of them don't even say.
Okay, we're getting ahead of
Some
ourselves.
of them
Yeah,
don't
we're
even
getting
say crimes on them.
So in our little
It was
nook.
dark. I was alone. Crime Stoppers.
no,
Okay, so
He had a red hoodie. He
again,
handed a guy a bag.
we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Crime Stoppers.
I was wearing shoes.
We're getting ahead of ourselves. So here in Newfoundland, we have a thing called Crime Stoppers, which is actually
Narcs.
no.
it's
Yeah.
Narcs. That's
But-
it. It's literally Narcs.
Legit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's you call in. It's all anonymous, and if you call in if you see a crime happen,
I was wearing a Blue Jays hat.
you are. Oh shit! Cut it! Cut it! Cut it!
What happened on the way here?
Oh Jesus! So yeah, they basically had these posters hung up all around St. John's, and all it was just a black poster with red lettering on it that said just as an example, he was wearing a red jacket. He had something in his hand.
I was
He walked-
wearing leather boots.
Yeah, he walked over to a car. He gave the man in the car a baggie, and he took money, and that was it.
But let's be clear,
The way
though,
you
like there's always this sketchy like stereotyped outcome.
Absolutely.
It's they're almost all dudes. It's like jean jacket, hoodie, like skate shoes or something.
Flannel.
Yeah.
Flannel, and
Skinny jeans.
they're all very. You can get into a whole thing. There was actually this great piece from the NL Independent in reaction to this, talking about a whole bunch of stuff, including how these sorts of organizations just on principle are shitty because they promote people just turning on their fellow citizens.
Yeah.
And paranoia, and also like the stereotyping that's also in a lot of places really racialized, but also just poor shaming, like
Yep.
you're not allowed to be poor in public, sort of thing.
Yeah.
that's a
So
bummer.
the thing is that it came out and that those fucking posters came out and all it said was just that statement and then anonymous. Nothing else on it. And that's
Right.
the main thing to me.
Crime
is that-
Stoppers.
No, it didn't even have Crime Stoppers.
I know.
It just had nothing on
Yeah,
it.
so-
So it looks horrifying.
People are
It's like,
going
what the
around,
fuck happened?
They're like, where do these posters come from? They're all detailing these awful crimes.
Imagine if this was just a Banksy.
Right. That's imagine, and we're just like, fucking shut it down, boys. Can you imagine if Newfoundland got a Banksy?
Honestly,
oh, fuck.
the
It's
way
We'd have these pretentious art fucks. Oh Jesus.
honestly the way John just
John, you just
narrated
aged 35 years.
I'm the oldest one here, and I'm feeling it today.
the way John narrated the Crime Stoppers poster made it sound like a child summarizing something he saw.
I mean, it realistically.
I
was.
had on my blue hat, and he had gray shoes, and he gave another man a
And I knew
Baggy.
and he had a car. It was like my dad's
I knew I could trust him because he had a Paw Patrol backpack.
And I wanted to go to the video game store, but I couldn't go because they are closed.
Is that how you think all kids talk?
No. I was doing a bit.
I know, that was my bit.
But yeah, so
Hijacked.
Don't shame my bit.
people were appropriately very upset about this.
Yeah.
The first
Don't shame my bit.
Don't shame my bit,
Fucking-
dude.
Oh. My bit.
My bit!
Oh, my bit.
Don't shame my bit.
What was Crime Stoppers doing, Connor? I'm sorry, buddy.
oh, no worries. Right, so people were pissed about. First thing, they went to the city because it's like no one knew who.
Yeah.
And the city was like, we did approve this. We did give.
That's the worst part.
They basically
They're
said,
like,
Can I just get that voice
no.
sample?
Yeah.
Ah, shit. We did approve this.
They're like,
Oh,
we did.
Oh.
They're like, because
dude.
even putting up posters
Yeah.
in that part of downtown,
You need
you need an exemption.
You do.
Otherwise, it's a crime.
And that crime
Stop her.
should be stopped.
But so they said, yeah, we actually did approve this, gave them the exemption to put these posters up, but we didn't review the content at all, which was a mistake.
That's a dunder myth.
Everyone from the city
Yeah.
was like, yeah.
They bring them the posters. They're like, oh my god. Ugh, yikes.
Words? That's a lot.
They were
Here you
like,
go.
yeah, I also hate this. Sorry. But people are, appropriately asking questions.
I
Like,
love how,
hey,
like-
the city is looking into improving their process, so they don't do that.
The funny thing is,
shout out to them for that.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
shout out to them
At
for
least they owned up to it and said, hey,
Yeah.
made a mistake here. We're going to do better next time.
Learn
the thing
from
I
your
liked is that
oopsies.
the way I looked at it when I first found about it was I was on VOCM and I was just reading news stories and I saw that one and I was like, that's fucking dumb. And then literally 2 hours later, I checked it like again and it was like, yeah, they pulled the campaign. I was
That's funny because
yeah.
there's a bit before that. There was an intermediate period where so people from the city were like, yeah, these suck, but we didn't read them.
yeah.
Crime Stoppers put out a first statement,
And
and
was
the
like,
statement was
hey.
a little crudely written. Like it had weird Roman numeral listed in line in the paragraph, and like not on separate lines, like 1 and 2 and 3. And
Just
then
a call
like
to help?
weird,
Is this an ARG?
and they were like basically like, you people just don't understand. The point of these posters is that if you report to Crime Stoppers, you're anonymous, like in the posters. So actually,
Yeah, but
we intended this to be controversial.
Yeah,
And
but you also
if you
did-
think it's bad, you're actually wrong.
yeah, but also you didn't put your fucking you didn't put the
You didn't
organization's
say
name.
that, hey, report to Crime Stoppers 'cause
Yeah.
it's anonymous.
It just looks like
You just made blank posters.
so. I mean, true to their word, it was anonymous. We had no fucking idea who put them up until
Also,
we looked
these tips
into it.
very unhelpful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They don't have a
General.
time or a place or any details.
but if
beyond-
can you imagine if it was like
clothes and, like,
imagine if
vague
it was like a
description and
time or a
reaction.
place and it was like 2 days away. Like it was like 2 days in the future.
Like, it's
it's
coming
like,
up.
oh, what the
Or
fuck?
you look at it, it's just like,
July 2nd.
that's me.
2019.
I was walking around with a hammer.
you-
I had work to do.
I'm a construction worker.
Can you imagine though some skeet walking around downtown and he was just like, oh shit,
You're
that
like,
was me.
Anyway.
They also said we're not doing any more statements and we'll not be replying to comments or doing interviews, which is just like cool, yeah, okay.
Which is
You
the
suck. We don't
which
wanna
is
talk
the
to you.
fucking organizational equivalent of turning off comments in your YouTube video.
Exactly. I had the I don't want to. I'm doing it. I had a very good post about it. I said. I said something to the effect of, "Hey, my fuck Newfoundland Crime Stoppers posters are getting a lot of negative reactions. But if you understand that my Crime Stoppers poster was actually about how if you report to Crime Stoppers, your tips are anonymous and you can do so safely. That's the point of my poster. So actually, you're wrong. Fuck you. I'm not answering any questions."
I wish I could let the audience know the look on your face when you were battling in your mind whether to say that or not. You were like, no, you know what? I'm gonna say it.
Am I tooting myself here?
Great post.
to
Oh, I'm
flex or
tooting
not to
myself
flex?
here.
Flex or not to flex?
Flex.
That is the question.
Yeah, I did it. I have no shame.
went
I
there.
guess.
Beautiful. So yeah.
But the thing is, that like the content is totally divorced from the meaning, and it's like when it comes to this sort of thing, you can always have an argument about your intent behind the thing, and the intent is not nothing, but it is very far from
But, like-
everything. What people perceive from
Your
it.
intent doesn't matter if people are upset.
Exactly. If like people are gonna see it, and there's very clearly one reaction that's coming from it. It's
yeah.
no one really cares what your intent was.
So yeah, that was Crime Stoppers.
Crime poppers.
And then, yeah, so the
Poppers.
next day, after saying no more statements, they put out a statement saying, yeah, we're taking them down. No more statements. They had the same no more statements footer, which makes me think it's just their letterhead. It's to say, we're not issuing any more
Sincerely,
statements.
no more statements.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So now we move on to the real meat and bones of this
Yeah.
pod.
Yeah.
E3 baby. There it is.
It's the big ol' electronics.
I don't know what chord I was gonna play.
Go play
really?
an E
There's an
chord for
obvious
E3.
Play an E3. That's just
E3.
That's just E major.
Oh, that's nice.
That's nice.
That's actually really nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Totally forgot that E3 was a
So,
Damn.
chronological order, you were saying. Is
Okay.
What we were gonna do.
So, E3 started off and kicked off with obviously one of the most beloved companies known to video game industry.
Okay. We all know why they went first.
It was EA.
They have a big E in their title, and the Expo has a big E in the title.
They're the first E.
So that's
Yeah.
why they go first.
All right,
Well,
we gotta find all three E's before
E3
we're
actually
done.
stands for EA
E.
Electronics Event.
Well, don't call those other two too early. We gotta get through this.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
so
the first E of EA.
the first
we'll
E
find the other ones
is
along
EA.
the way.
EA had their first conference on Saturday, and nothing good happened.
Dope.
And by
So
nothing.
was that Jedi Day?
Yeah, that was the
Yeah.
day they showed off a bunch of stuff for Jedi Fallen Order.
Me and John
sounds-
talked about that coming here, and I said that I was bored watching the gameplay.
Yeah. Like
Maybe it wasn't exemplary gameplay, but it just looked
It looks like
bland.
God of War, but with
No,
a
don't
lot.
sully that game.
No, but I'm saying like that kind of beat 'em up style. Like it's really trying hard for that artistic look. It's
and
trying.
the no HUD.
No HUD.
Yeah,
No
so
HUD.
you have no distraction, nothing else to
Nothing
distract
comes
you from
between
how little
you
is
and the
going
game.
on.
I like a game with no HUD.
But yeah,
Don't judge my bit.
so yeah,
A bit?
nothing really came. It's 16 bits.
You have 16 bits?
Yeah.
That you
64
should get
bits.
A doctor to look at
That's
that.
You just interrupted yourself.
I did. I'm sorry. Moving on. Nothing really happened on EA Day.
You know what I wish happened?
What?
Titanfall 3.
Right.
Yeah, but they're making Star Wars.
Well, maybe after Star Wars bombs, and then they finish season whatever of Apex.
I haven't played that once.
I haven't
but
played
I've
it
heard,
once
like,
either.
a lot of good things.
Yeah.
I'm just so.
I'm so over
I-
Battle Royale.
I get a limp dick thinking of battle royales. The minute I hear the word battle royale, unless they're talking about the movie, I'm out. I'm
Movie
fucking
Battle Royale?
yeah. Where the fucking concept.
It's a Battle Royale.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So
It's a really good movie, actually. It's pretty
it is really.
I
good.
had to admit, I have had a lot of fun playing with my friends on Fortnite. And, like, that's, like, a good break. Because I don't really enjoy playing video games to socialize, per se.
No, you're more of like you're kind of like me. You like to be told a story.
I like a good story. I like good character development.
Mm.
I like good character progression and, like, advancement where, like, my gameplay changes the more I've played the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, classic RPG stuff where it's like, oh, I can make a character. I can create a backstory, like, an
Mhm.
idea in my head for who this character's going to be.
Mm.
You don't get that in those kind of games. Sometimes I miss the simplicity of playing like two main franchises of like NBA 2K and Call of Duty.
Mm.
But then I realized that I was spending like $160 for games that come out every single year, and I'm still playing Skyrim
Yeah,
8 years later.
exactly.
Right?
So that basically happened with EA, and after EA happened, Microsoft happened. That's when we had our first shameless plug weekend fan club stream.
Hey, yeah. Tune in
Oh,
for
how did that go after?
It was good.
I was
I
so
enjoyed it.
busy on Sunday.
That's
I
fine,
was,
man.
my monkey ball run was alright,
Okay.
but I was also incredibly
Sorry.
hungover.
Yeah, so I mean, for being hungover, you did good. Anyway, shameless self-promotion aside, after that, we literally stopped the stream to watch
E3.
Microsoft's E3, which was honestly pretty good.
Which
Fine.
things happened there?
It wasn't too terrible.
They announced some video games that really looked like video games. They have that art style that's really popular now where it's really colorful and it looks like Overwatch and Fortnite, but not as fun.
Yeah.
and there are a lot of zany characters, and they all fight each other.
The Ninja Theory one.
Yeah.
I forgot about
Yeah.
it because it doesn't matter. But it's like
You forgot about it because it looks like every other game that's
It
come out in
throws
the
up-
so
past
upsetting. It's
10
like
years.
guys.
It throws up like things like 4 versus 4 multiplayer,
It's a hero shooter,
online multiplayer,
like Overwatch.
and it throws up like character names, and it's like this one's got an arm made of fire.
You know what?
It's like
Unpopular opinion, maybe / hot take. Overwatch is only popular because it was the first kind of thing to do it. Sorry.
Yeah, but
Uh,
it's really good what they did. Like what they did was.
Couldn't you
yeah.
just
You're
say
like,
that?
Overwatch
good,
is-
simple
Couldn't
fun.
you just say that about everything that's the first to do something? Like,
I now, to be fair, I did hear rumors of a
Like-
Overwatch 2.
oh, right, okay, I got that.
What was your bit?
It was the Peggle 2 guy.
The Peggle 2 guy. Overwatch 2.
I wouldn't really see a point in Overwatch 2.
But apparently this is
Yeah.
going to be
I
more
didn't
based PvE. And it's
I didn't
actually
think
going to have
it
a
needs
story.
sequels.
Okay.
Why would
And-
they do that?
Because the story of Overwatch is actually sort of interesting. And
Because all lore,
Yeah.
no meaning.
Yeah.
That is the way of the world.
and I hate that.
Why would they not just revamp characters?
Yeah, I thought they didn't make sequels to games like that, and they just.
Well, that's the thing. It's not going to be 2. It's just going to be like, hey,
Oh,
here's a
it's gonna
game where
be
we
like,
actually do something with the
Minecraft
lore.
Dungeons.
Yeah.
It's not really Minecraft 2, but it looks
Yo.
like Minecraft.
I made that joke.
Are you gonna like bleep out a name if I say it in the pod?
If you want me to bleep out a name, I will absolutely
Cool.
bleep out a name.
Mike House recently got invited to like a new Minecraft server, and he's like just been playing Minecraft, and that kind of like emerged this like awakening that I have that I want to like legit have Minecraft. 'Cause,
Dude.
like,
I've been playing Minecraft for like a month now with my girlfriend. It's really fun.
yeah, because it's
With
just,
all the new updates and shit.
I don't think that person would mind if I didn't bleep out their name, but I will do it if you want.
No,
He's been on the
he
pod.
probably he has been.
Yeah,
on
he-
Well,
Oh yeah, rest in peace. Guest pod episode.
that Quinn lost.
what?
Hey,
John lost it.
It was me. I was gonna defend myself, and I was like, no, I can't. It was me.
Anyway, back to our course of Xbox.
Yeah. So Xbox announced Halo again, which I was excited for.
Why
And
does that matter? Halo has never been good.
man,
All right, we're
this
going
is
to
I don't
take
know
a
which
short
is
break
worse, that or
and
the Animal
come back.
Crossing take.
We're gonna take a short break so that Jacob and John can have a feelings session, and we'll come back after that.
It's not that bad, man. Like it's a decent shooter.
I've
Like,
never
it's-
once thought it was good.
Like it's a decent shooter, and the story itself is like there's an inherent story to it. Like I
No,
mean,
there's not.
there is. Like, have you ever like heard about the story of Master Chief? Like he was a child soldier. He was treated as like one of the best, and you know he's
But we're
complete.
glorifying a child soldier?
No, but that's the thing. He was completely detached. He's like
So we're
Fucking-
glorifying a psychopath.
pretty much. I'm not glorifying him. I'm just saying that it's an interesting take. The only human interaction this man has ever taken was with his fucking AI friend Cortana. And then when he loses her at the end of Halo 4, it's almost like a fucking like it's almost cathartic because you're looking at this man and he's completely broken. He's lost everyone he's ever loved,
Do you ever
ever
see
had a
his
fucking
face?
attention for. Yes, if you beat Halo 4 at the end of the game on Legendary, but even then you only really see his eyes. And guess what?
So you don't see his face.
Well, you kind of do, but guess what? I want you to guess I want you to guess what his skin color is and what his eye color is. I'll
White
give you 3
blue.
seconds. There it is. I didn't even need to give you 3 seconds. You already fucking guessed it. You know what? That is a shame. It kind of sucks, but at the same time, you know what? It's a good story. You know, it's. I've read a lot of like deep lore stuff from Halo, and it's actually
So you
really
have to go
interesting.
looking for a story.
Pretty much,
So
but
it's not a good story.
well, it is when you look for it. It's kind of like Destiny. Destiny has a pretty decent story if you absolutely hate yourself and want to go look for it.
I think Destiny has a better story than people gave it credit for.
Absolutely, but the downside is they had to look for it. I'm sorry, we can come back now.
Yeah, we're back now.
Oh, thank God.
I still think Animal Crossing is one of the dumbest ideas ever.
Oh God.
man.
I don't want to defend Animal Crossing. I don't play
What
it.
is the friggin' point?
Capitalism.
It's cute.
Yeah.
That's so stupid.
Why do people own pets, Jacob?
Companionship.
There you go.
That's it.
You did it.
You buy a video game for
You
companionship.
just solved. You
I
just solved
don't.
Animal Crossing.
People do.
Can
I
I
don't
put
get it.
Can I put a bit of that to my Snapchat story?
Absolutely.
I would be disappointed if you didn't.
Can you put a bit of that? Save it to your phone and put it on the fucking
I did
pod.
save it to my
Put it on
phone.
the pod Twitter.
Yeah, there we go.
So to go back to Microsoft, they had a big long show, and I didn't pay attention for a lot of it, and I left early. But
Yeah,
Keanu Reeves was there.
he was.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
was
The
that the
internet-
same day with CD Projekt?
Yeah.
Yep. They
Okay,
presented
can we
Microsoft.
tell me talk about why they're bad?
Oh yeah, right. So I was hinting at before we started.
Yeah.
For those at home, that the Keanu, a medium take of this Keanu thing is that Keanu cures all companies of their badness in like a marketing PR way, and I was just saying, whether or not you take this as badness or you let it get you down, that's for you at home to decide. But CG Product Red have a bit of the two that I remember at least is that apparently they have a notorious crunch history
Mm-hmm.
of being like unapologetic, just like we crunch our developers, they work hard, which is shitty. Also
And I
common, so like
Yeah, I also hate the fact that like one of their biggest defenses to that is that like but we also put out Witcher 3 and it's like
That's one game.
but that's still not great. Like
Yeah.
you put out a really good RPG that was, award winning.
Well, it was one of the best
an RPG
RPGs
that's
ever.
also
Yeah.
got a lot of stuff in it, and then you
Yeah.
need to ask yourself whether or not that much stuff was worth that much pain.
Mm-hmm.
How much pain did it cause?
I don't know.
We will never know.
Non-disclosure agreements are fun. Anyway.
The other one being, and again, take from it what you will, but there was a thing a few months, close to a year ago maybe, where the Cyberpunk Twitter account was doing a "Did you assume my gender?" joke on their Twitter account, which for me personally is just like, you can't be at that. As like
No.
a professional account. Like if some gamer dude does it, I'm like, fuck you, whatever, I just won't
As a
follow you.
professional account, you can't be at that.
Yeah, no.
That's not.
Especially as but the weird thing is like, and there's plenty of talk about what is cyberpunk, but a cyberpunk account especially, it seems weird since
Yeah.
cyberpunk is already
So wacky.
so much about it is about trying to like question your identity and transcend your physical form, and it's like that's what gender identity is. Like we're doing that. And for them to do the whole like just making jokes out of a thing, and
Then they got Keanu Reeves in there and it's like, oh, everything's okay now.
everything's fine.
My lukewarm take on Keanu Reeves showing up to E3, and I will never say a bad thing about Keanu Reeves.
No,
but-
he's the hardest worker in Hollywood.
absolutely, and he's a sweetheart.
Mhm.
But I don't like anything that enables gamers and makes them feel worthwhile.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I said
That's
this.
not lukewarm.
I said this
That's
too.
not lukewarm at all, bro.
So I said this to my
Keanu
friends.
Reeves shows up on the stage for the Microsoft thing, and I don't like the idea of like gamers seeing that and being like, yes, this validates my shitty opinions that I will tweet at people to upset them and harass people.
Yeah. So
Is
I've had
Game
this.
Culture that bad?
Listen, I've had this.
yes.
I've had
And
this.
all the time.
Yeah, I've had this
Yikes.
long-standing belief that like if anyone ever asked me like on the street, be like, "Hey, do you play video games?" I'd be like, "Yeah, I play a couple video games. Like I like to play a couple games in my free time." And then they ask me, "Oh, so you're a gamer?" I'd be like, "No, no, 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 no. I am not a gamer. I will never say I am a gamer. I will ironically say I am for a meme, but no.
Okay.
Because the term itself just carries such a
So where did it come from?
Well, it's like
Well, that's
what?
a long history.
it's
Yeah.
not necessarily, and it's not even just the idea of being a person who plays games. There's even people who self-identify as people who play lots of games, and they're fine. But I think it's online exacerbated,
Yeah,
where you get the gamers who yell.
yeah.
You get the gamers.
Because
and
if
it's
you
not
ask me,
exclusive to gamers.
Like,
No.
I love yelling at basketball on TV.
Mhm.
I love it. But I also have a fairly
Oh yeah, I mean,
reasonable understanding of basketball.
exactly.
When it comes to gamers, it sounds like they just like to cause a ruckus.
It's not that really. It's a cause. Well, they do like to cause a ruckus,
but not in like a.
But it's mainly because
fun, chaotic way. It's just
no.
like I'm.
They're
mad
entitled
because my mom didn't hug me.
No,
kind of
it's
feeling.
it's entitlement.
Yeah.
It's entitlement, if anything. So let me just paint a picture real quick.
Just give me like a recent example that you guys
Absolutely.
have all seen.
Pokemon. So Pokemon Sword and Shield is coming out.
Yeah, I see
right?
I know what you mean. I
So
know exactly what you
the
mean.
newest generation of Pokemon's coming out, and with this new
How many generations are there?
8 now,
Holy shit.
right? And with this 8th generation, they're going to pass 1,000 Pokemon. 1,000 probably.
So did they like take 1,000 like creatures and make Pokemon out of
But
it?
here's the deal. Pokemon Sword and Shield is going to be the first game that doesn't have a national Pokedex, which means that every single Pokemon will not be available in it.
Wait, what?
Yes.
It's
I
the
don't-
it,
You cannot.
Every
catch
every
them all.
Pokemon
You
game.
cannot
Video
catch
game.
them all.
Every Pokemon game has been totally backwards compatible, and you can catch them
All of them.
But this one is the first one where you cannot.
Oh!
So, and I feel like that's because of
So
obviously.
you can't catch a Charizard in that game.
Well, maybe.
Maybe.
They're going to
But
pick
like
the Pokemon that are
hypothetically,
gonna
there
be-
are Pokemon that will be like, you can't get this one.
That's dumb.
It is dumb, and that's now. Well, listen, it is when you're fucking.
I see it this way.
When your marketing has been, you gotta catch them all
Yeah.
for fucking 20 years. You should be able to.
That's point one. Point two, it's part of like your games now.
Yeah.
It's like if Bethesda started making open world games that like are top down.
Mm.
It's like not a lot of their games are top down, and they're changing a massive
like-
part of their game.
The thing that confused
I
me
agree.
is
Listen.
Does it matter in the long stretch of the game? No, but it's something that people enjoy
Yeah.
about the games that they
So
make.
here's the deal. The problem is now is that you're gonna have Pokemon's always had this thing of Gen 1ers of like
They
well,
were- they
all
were
the other
catching since
well
Gen
they're
1.
well no not that it's mainly like
they're all
all,
bad
the
except
other
for Gen
ones
1.
are bad except Generation 1 fucking
So-
Bulbasaur to Mewtwo, that's the best one.
It's like saying
And now
the
we're
first
gonna
iPhone
have
is the best one.
well that's the thing, and now we're gonna have this generation of people who are fucking national Dexers who are like, no, I'm not gonna like I've seen people already post pictures of their canceled pre-orders because they're like, I can't catch them all, I'm not fucking playing it. And I'm like, and that's what I'm talking about when I talk about how gamers are entitled.
Right.
So for so long they've had something, and as soon as Daddy Nintendo takes it away to try and say, hey, maybe try something new, honey, no.
Right.
Tantrum.
Right.
And that's what I hate. I hate the fact of entitlement of, but because at some point Pokemon doesn't become, it's not Nintendo's anymore, it's mine. Pokemon is mine.
Right.
So, oh man, I can't wait for Pokemon Sword, because Pokemon Sword is going to be my next Pokemon game.
Are there two games, or are they just?
There's
called-
always
Two,
two
Sword
games.
and Shield.
Like
There's
per
always
generation.
brother-sister titles.
Oh, is it like Fire and?
Yeah, so they always promote brother-sister titles to promote trading between the two, because there's always exclusives between the two.
Whoa, what? You can trade between the games?
You
Yeah.
don't play Pokemon.
I've
Pokemon,
never played
dude.
Pokemon.
So
Okay.
the original Pokemon, you have Pokemon Red and Pokemon Blue.
Yeah.
So what the plan is that you get Pokemon Red, I get Pokemon Blue.
Or you
so
find
there
someone
are
who has
some
blue.
Pokemon that are only in blue, and you get some that are only in red, and then
Right.
we trade so that we can both have all of the Pokemon.
So
So
it,
then-
pro-
How
it
do you
promotes.
trade, though?
There's link
In the
cables
olden
back in the
times,
day.
there would be a
Oh!
cable.
Remember the link cables?
Back
Oh,
in
okay.
the olden times,
Yeah.
there would be link cables.
So it
but now
promoted.
there's-
It promoted socializing with people, which is great because that's what Nintendo is doing now with Pokemon Go. It's promoting
Socializing. Getting
socializing,
out,
getting out, which is great.
Nintendo's just wholesome.
Yeah.
Now they're doing Pokemon to encourage you to sleep.
I
We'll
don't
get
know-
into that
we don't
later.
know what that is. yet.
They're coming out with a sleep tracker ad with Pokemon, which is kind of
To
hilarious.
be fair,
What is
there
the
was
face of the Snorlax or something?
to
Yeah,
be fair, there was a big phase.
Wait, what?
There was a big phase
Anyway.
during the Wii era where a lot of their games would include like characters being like, "Hey, you've been playing for a while. Do you want to put the game down for a hot second? Maybe go outside for a bit."
That was such a trend on the
It's
Wii.
true. The 3DS did that a lot when you had the 3D mode on for a while. Every like
Oh, yeah.
20, I remember, and it's funny because it happened in Star Fox. In Star Fox 64 for 3DS, if you
Oh,
finished
yeah.
2 or 3 levels in a row, you'd get, as soon as you finish that level to go to the main menu, a little fucking thing would come up and be like, "You should take a break." And I'm like, bitch, no. But I mean,
Interesting.
it's cute for them to be like, "Hey man, if you're playing with 3D on, it might hurt your eyes a little bit. I don't know if you're a 7-year-old or a 25-year-old. doesn't put the game down?
It'd be so funny if that was a fucking message.
Yeah, right? I don't
Just
know.
Slippy told like,
I
wow,
don't know,
I love your
27.
It's kind of like those loading screens in Metal Gear Solid 4 where Snake's like sitting there and then he pulls the...
Metal Gear Solid.
Oh no.
Jacob.
Oh,
Jacob.
Jacob. Why would you?
You know,
Jacob, why would you say that?
Full
You know how much he cares.
at every moment is a crossroads where you're like, you could do that.
Do you like any
You could do
video
that,
games?
or you could not
Yeah.
do that. Is the thing. You could just
here's the
not say I hate Metal Gear Solid in front of John.
Here's the thing. I hate it because I think that there's...
Just gonna attack him while he's not here?
No, I'm not attacking John. I'm not attacking Hideo Kojima and his brilliance.
Oh, I wouldn't dare.
I wouldn't dare do that. I appreciate the fact that he does gutsy things with this art medium. I appreciate
That's very
that.
true.
And
Mad respect for that.
he goes for it. Like, I played 20 minutes of Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain. First time ever picking it up, so my opinion literally counts as much as horse shit. Okay? But I picked it up, and there was too much going on for me to adequately understand and appreciate what the game was about.
That sounds right. It's very hard to penetrate. That's what she said.
Do you want to just move on?
Hideo Kojima did not get fired from a multi-billion-dollar company that mainly makes fucking pachinko machines for the Yakuza for me to hear that someone hates it.
No, I don't disrespect Hideo Kojima and his attempts. I don't appreciate, for me, games that are too, like, esoteric. It's like, you need to know Metal Gear to understand and appreciate it. They're not bad games. I
think it's a valid criticism that they're nearly impenetrable.
He is right. I will give you that.
They're
Do you want to know what my first game was?
Metal Gear Solid.
4.
Right.
Which is not a good one.
Which is
Or
the,
like
which
5.
was the very last one.
Right. But I, like, just because I don't like it or appreciate it doesn't mean it's, like, without value. Like, it's one of the most
Oh, no,
successful
absolutely, no.
franchises.
I'm
It's one of the
Dramatic
most-
effect.
Oh, absolutely. It's one of the most, like, compelling cases for, like, video games to be art.
Mm.
Right? Like, the stuff that he's thought of and the stuff that he's, like, put into the games and everything that outside of the game that's in the actual game, it's phenomenal. Like, there's no other series that does it.
Mm.
But I kind of see
I
video
do
games
agree.
as something to step away from the simulacrum that we all live in of, like, politics,
Mm-hmm.
ideology, opinion,
Oh, fuck,
belief.
you picked a bad one then.
Yeah, right? Like, I
Because
want,
half of the shit that he came up with in, like, 4 ended up becoming true.
yeah, right? So I felt like it was too much for me as a guy who just plays video games to be like, okay,
That's fair.
I can go into utopia, quote unquote, of just I can control the outcomes. I know what's going to happen. I can progress through something.
True.
And accomplish something. But when it comes to Metal Gear Solid, it didn't feel like I was playing a video game. It felt like I was watching a indie film mixed with a university lecture mixed with Pac-Man.
It's a good thing you didn't start with Metal Gear Solid 4 then.
Probably.
Guinness World Record holder of longest cutscenes.
How long are the cutscenes?
I think there's a... I don't quote me, but I think there's one that's almost 2 hours long.
You shut your stupid face.
Maybe not 2 hours, but definitely an hour and a bit.
That's a movie.
Like,
yeah.
And that's like the final act. Is when... Because he has to... You know what? To be
Okay,
fair...
at least it's not like right in the middle of the game.
No,
Right, like,
but then again,
you've worked up to that point.
Act 3 in that game, because there's 5 acts, you play for maybe 20 minutes, and then there's maybe a half hour of cutscene,
That's
and then
so
you
ruthless.
play for another 15 minutes, and then like a 10-minute cutscene, and then you do a boss battle, and then 30 minutes of cutscene.
Oh my god.
But then again, like I said, the longest one is at the very end, and even then, that's they're tying up everything.
Okay.
Everything's getting tied up.
Why the freak did he produce games that were in chronological order? Did he ever talk about like why he would do that?
Yeah.
Why would he do that?
He didn't. Konami likes money.
So they're telling him we want this because they think it'll sell.
Yeah.
It happens.
Okay,
Gross.
so Phantom Pain, they used Moby Dick. I actually haven't read Moby Dick.
Mm.
So I understand like embrace a basic premise of like, there's Ishmael and Ahab. Is
Mhm.
Ahab the captain?
Yeah.
And Moby Dick is the whale that he goes after.
Yeah.
Where does Ishmael play into that?
Ishmael's
like his first mate.
Ishmael's the first mate who's spurring him on to be like, hey, don't do this. And he's just so completely blinded by revenge and vengeance that he wants to revengeance, if you will. He wants to just completely blindside everything
So
else.
that's why there was a giant fiery whale in the tutorial.
To be fair, though, that didn't actually happen. Did you see the kid with the gas mask?
Yeah.
He's a psychic, so he's making you see all these things. That
So
helicopter
that
got
kid-
shot down.
That kid was real.
Yes.
Is that Psycho Mantis?
Yes.
So this kid just has telekinetic.
Listen, there's a guy who shoots bees out of his mouth in Metal Gear Solid 3, okay? Like, let's just leave it at that. Next.
It does like retreat into the supernatural a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay,
You know as much as I do. Dude.
Occasionally, it's weird that it's occasional. Like you can experience so much of it and not see that, and then you see
was on
it.
fire? What did he represent?
That's Colonel Volgin from Metal Gear Solid 3.
Okay, I wouldn't know that.
That's fine.
Alright.
He got struck by lightning. Anyway.
And he turned just into a fire demon.
Yeah. A vengeance. Because he wants to kill in
Snake.
general. No, just in
just
general.
Okay, cool.
Alright, what's up?
We could just move on from Xbox.
So CD Projekt-
E3, I think.
Yeah.
Red is
Oh yeah,
Never
we didn't even
mind.
talk about the actual. What are you saying?
it's a pretty donkus company and
Yeah.
They've had some bad news. Yes.
So,
They make good games.
The main takeaway-
Cyberpunk does look exciting. Don't get me wrong.
the main takeaways for me with the Microsoft conference was basically, they're bringing Battletoads back, baby. I'm in for Battletoads. It's
I don't know
just
what that is, but
it's
whatever.
just me. I really like
It's an old
Battletoads.
NES game.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Halo and Project Scarlet, I guess, because that's sort of interesting.
Yeah.
What is that?
It's their project for the new Xbox.
Yeah.
That they're working on.
All they did is just talk about their very vague design philosophy.
And there's one nitpick I want to bring up with their Project Scarlet thing, was that one of their fucking talking point people were like, you don't understand, like, this console's putting out frame rates at 120 frames a second. And I'm like, listen, technology's great and all, and I know it's only going to get better.
Nobody needs 100.
But I think at 60 frames per second, I don't think the human eye can pick up any more than that.
No.
Like,
No,
it's to the point now where humans can't see this good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, once you hit 60 frames per second, quote me if you will, but I don't think the human eye can pick up any faster than that.
No.
Like,
I believe
so
it.
there's almost no point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, that's just me. Anyway, next conference was Bethesda, and there was 4 dudes in the front of the conference room who would never shut the fuck up and were extremely loud and belligerent and obnoxious the entire goddamn time. Bad enough that they actually cheered for Fallout 76. And I didn't even think that would be possible in my
they were
lifetime. I don't want to say they were,
But you think so?
but I think so. Because like if there's,
I mean, you know what? They do exist.
I mean,
right?
listen,
they've got to be out there.
they got to be out there. But like if there was like a crowd of people and they were just just
Maybe it was
a
a
regular
sarcastic
crowd.
cheer.
But like
It could be.
even if it was like a regular
No.
crowd, applaud.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. It was specifically this small group in the front that was like, yeah! Like screaming. And I'm like, it seems way too much. You know what I mean?
Can I get video evidence of that later?
Absolutely. It's really, and it's the whole conference. It's not even just the 76 stuff. Like, it's the whole fucking thing.
Gross.
Was there anything cool to come from Bethesda?
Bethesda's coming out with this spooky horror game from Shinji Mikami's team.
Oh yes.
Which looks real cool.
What
Is
is
that
it?
Shinji
the-
Mikami's the father of Resident Evil.
Oh shit.
So
Is that the where that video clip came from?
Yes.
With that woman?
Ikue.
It's spooky.
Ikue Mitami is a fucking treasure. She was one of the presenters for the game, and she is an absolute ball of joy. Like, you could see on her face when she got up on stage, like, she doesn't know English very well. She's a Japanese developer. But she even says straight up, she's like, I don't know English very well, so I'm going to try my best. And I'm like, you could see it in her face. She was just excited to talk about this game.
What is the
and
name
you're
of that
like,
game?
"Fuck yeah."
And Bethesda's making a horror game.
Well, they made Evil Within.
Is that good?
I heard Evil Within 2 was actually significantly better.
It was, yeah. I didn't really like 1 because they forced you to letterbox the fucking game.
What does that mean?
You know how, like, in cool scenes in movies, like, the whole thing is, like, black bars, letterbox?
Oh.
Imagine playing a video game and they letterbox you, and it's dumb. Yeah, it's bad. Anyway, they fixed it later.
But it's spooky.
Yeah, like, and she was so pumped. One of the things she's like, we're making a new game, and she's like, it's spooky. I was like,
Now there's just that like clip
is
has
the
been
internet.
used for like
Oh,
reactions
yeah.
all over the place.
I
now,
love her.
and I love it.
That reminds me though, in Microsoft's press conference, they also had a spooky game. That looked
Yeah,
wild.
Blair Witch.
The Blair Witch game, yeah.
Right? I was like, I thought it was going to be Outlast
Yeah, it
3.
looked Outlasty.
Because they had the camera and stuff, and then, like, as
Probably
soon
is
as they...
based off of Outlast.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then they...
Probably. It's probably going to be like the Alien games where it's this interesting cycle of inspiration where their thing inspired this whole style, and then the advancements in that style are now going to inform the
The
video game.
original, yeah. That's cool. So yeah, Bethesda's was cool. They had a cool horror game, which was alright.
They did Wolfenstein a little bit.
They did, and I can't wait for Youngblood. That looks really good.
What's the difference?
It's co-op.
The whole game.
Yeah, the whole
You
game.
can't play it single player.
Well, no, you can, but it's like there's 2 characters, so you can play it with someone else, which is pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Also, they're putting that game on a Switch, which still blows my fucking mind, man. I don't know how they can fit these crazy huge games in a fucking
Yeah,
Switch.
I guess you need an SD
I
card.
didn't
beefy SD card.
finish either of the new Wolfenstein because I was just like, I am in sensory overload.
It's a lot.
I don't want to play this.
It's a lot.
My
It
eyes
really is a
are
lot.
bleeding.
The only thing I'm really excited for out of Bethesda's thing is Doom Eternal, and that's it, really.
Yeah, Doom is like my cap for sensory stuff. Like
Yeah.
I turn the volume off when I play Doom. No, this is
Really?
Really? You don't get those
Oh.
rip and tear beats?
No.
I was the opposite, Jacob. Anytime I would be playing Doom, I would go into a room, a door would lock behind me, and as soon as I'd hear the first few notes of Rip and Tear, I would pause the game, plug my headphones in, max the fucking volume, and I would just be in my fucking glee.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's just me, though. I like that kind of, like,
But it was a.
sometimes.
I think the game kind of offered me like a space where like some games I play, I'm like, I can't listen to podcasts when I do this. There's no dialogue that I really care about in Doom.
Yeah,
Right.
Monster Hunter for me is that perfect game where I can just I can
Breath
just
of the Wild was
completely
pretty
listen
good
to
for
something
that.
while I'm doing
When I
it.
replayed Breath
Yeah,
of the Wild, it was
yeah.
good for that.
Oh yeah.
So-
Man, I would only get a Switch for that one game.
I've been trying to convince one of the guys at work to get a Switch, or he has a Switch. I'm trying to convince him to get Breath of the Wild because he's never played a Legend of Zelda game. And I'm like,
Why
if you
would
own
you?
a Switch, you owe it to yourself to get Breath of the
So are
Wild.
we moving on to Nintendo now?
Yeah, so the only other thing I saw was Square Enix's, which,
Oh yeah, right. That
Oh no, John, you don't want to do this
What
to
came
yourself.
with
You've
Square
already
Enix
gone
then?
through so much this episode.
I know, I'm only going to touch on it real quick. Final Fantasy VII's, the remake is coming out, and they're only coming out with a third of the game next year.
That's really dumb.
yeah, it does sound really dumb.
I could go into that could be a whole episode, so fuck it, whatever. I'm not even gonna talk about it. So Nintendo. The big thing that happened. Real fun. The very first thing they announced was the Dragon Quest Hero got announced for Smash, and
Yeah.
it was a leak, and we all knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
I
and-
didn't.
I didn't.
All right, I knew it was coming.
I didn't
and
care.
But like, do I need another anime sword?
I got really mad though because at first I was like, "This better not be a fucking Fire Emblem character from Three Houses, or I'm gonna run up to fucking, I'm gonna run to his door and fucking punch him in the throat myself because he keeps doing it." There's more fucking Fire Emblem characters in Smash now than
saw
any one
a
main
really
series
good
title of
meme
anything.
about the Smash Bros. Announcements, where it was like, it's that memes where it's a bunch of dudes sitting on a couch and they get really excited.
Yeah.
And so they're all real. The Dragon Quest heroes get announced for Smash Bros.
Yeah, they're
and
like,
it's like Western audiences just sitting still, Japanese audiences screaming, and then it's like Banjo Kazooie gets announced for Smash, and it's like Western audiences screaming, Japanese audiences
Nothing.
not give a fuck.
I like the one I sent you guys though for the Breath of the Wild one, where it's like Breath of the Wild sequel, and everyone's like, "Oh man!" And then it's like, "Oh, looks like it's gonna take place sometime next year," and it's like, "Yeah!" And then the most excited one is just Zelda's got short hair.
Oh yeah.
Ah.
All the short hair Zelda.
So yeah, Banjo Kazooie got announced, which is cool.
Yeah.
Um,
Announced for Smash.
yeah, announced for Smash. So that's cool.
Do
Fun
we see
fact.
any gameplay with these announcements?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Smash characters, you see them playing the game with the character.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like Nintendo usually
also
does
does the Treehouse. They stream these new games all. So I actually
yeah, they're streaming the new games and all the new gameplay.
We just had a TV on with the Treehouse all day today.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that like right before I left work and came here, all day I was like, guys, I see that the Treehouse is on there. When Astral Train comes on, I need to actually tune in because I'm really excited for it. We'll get into that. But
God,
then I had a meeting right when they started playing Astral Train. I was like,
dude, it's so good. Like, my friends were messaging me and they saw, like, trailers for Astral Train, and they were like, why does this look like something John would play? And as I'm in the middle of typing, man, I can't fucking wait for this game.
So it's the new game from Platinum Games. I don't really have much of a sense of what it actually is. It looks like some hot anime bullshit. And that's what I'm here for. Platinum Games are making it, and that's why I'm here, basically.
What else?
They made Bayonetta.
And most recently, Nier Automata. That's the one that sold me.
You don't shut up about that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so they can fuck me up with anything they make.
Exactly.
Okay.
No,
What type of game is that?
It's like an action.
Or Astral. Nier's
Both.
Nier's kind of special. Nier's got like everything going on.
Yeah.
Like there's bits where you're shooting.
It's a bullet hell.
There's like bullet hell. There's shoot 'em up. There's running around action. There's
philosophy lectures.
There's philosophy
Oh,
lectures.
fuck is there ever.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of philosophical bullshit in Nier, and it's very existential. It's got. So
It really
much
makes you
goodness.
think.
It work. The thing about Nier is it works on every single level. It's got the video gamey stuff. It's got the shooting, the action.
It's got the anime waifu.
It's got the anime waifu. You got two Bs. Then it's also got like the existential bullshit. It's got the rewarding story. It's got
9S's 9S. Doesn't work better.
Yeah, that doesn't work as well.
Man.
It's the boy. It's the
I
little
highly
boy.
recommend it if I haven't already. I have. I've recommended it so many times.
They showed gameplay for Luigi's Mansion 3.
Guigi.
Why is
Put
that?
Guigi in Smash.
What? It's great. There's lovable,
Jacob, every
lovable
single
fruits.
answer to all of your questions is capitalism. I can't make it any more clearer.
It's a game full of lovable spooks, and Luigi is a lovable
There's
underdog.
nothing scary about it.
No, that's why they're lovable.
So
The first
They're
one
just
was
cute,
spooky.
bright colored ghosts. It's like Casper the video game, except you get to kill Casper several times,
Jesus.
and it's multiplayer now.
So like, don't let me take the wind out of the whole Luigi's Mansion thing. But there's something.
I
think-
will probably not play it.
Part of the thing is is that its significance to me is being like 6 or 7 and like being scared shitless by the Luigi's Mansion ghosts.
Yeah, but
And
Luigi's
now
Mansion 1 was
there's-
actually kind of scary.
There's two things happening. One, the game is goofier and not as scary. And I'm a grown-ass adult, so Luigi's Mansion doesn't scare me anymore. So, it really doesn't, guys. Like, I don't get afraid at all when I play Luigi's Mansion.
Connor, are you saying that you get afraid?
I can
of
play with the
Luigi's
lights off and everything.
Until you get to the part in the game where all the lights go out in the mansion, then I gotta give it to someone else.
Yeah, but that's just because I've been playing a long time. And
Yeah, you just want to give someone else a try.
You just
Fair.
need a break.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, like, so just like it's not for me anymore.
No, of course.
I don't understand horror games as a concept.
I cannot play them. I just like start playing. I'm like, I don't want to do this, and then I stop.
No,
I'd rather
I
watch.
almost do.
I'd rather watch.
No.
It's just me.
I agree.
I like watching someone play a horror game.
Every single Resident Evil game that's come out since like, I think
4.
4?
No, I'm straight lying to you guys. 7.
Oh, just
So
7?
just the new.
Just the
no,
last
this-
2.
Yeah.
Just the last 2.
Yeah.
For some reason, I think I watched like a history of Resident Evil.
Is it just like a you don't want to play it thing?
Yeah, I
Or?
just don't want to play it.
Okay. Because, like, I remember when I watched, like, my friends dared me to play Outlast because that was, like, the scariest game at the time.
Those were the games that I was talking about.
I hate those. I personally, I'm not
Yeah,
scared of them,
I
but I
gotta
just
agree
hate
with
the
you.
idea of, like, I have to hide and I can only see what's in front of me 2 feet. And if the thing sees me, I have to run away and wait for them to leave me alone and then try again. That I
The
fucking
main game mechanic
hate.
is backtracking,
I hate
which
it.
is insane.
Yeah.
And like, I like Metroidvania titles where backtracking's the name of the game, but, like,
No, but
at
that
that
has a
point...
sense of progress.
Exactly, you have a sense of progress, but this is just dumb.
I
liked.
liked.
Sorry.
I'll say the obvious take of horror games, which is I played PT and I loved it
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
because
Was that...
Why was that produced?
Okay, that was Hideo Kojima again.
Hideo Kojima up on his bullshit.
You've heard of the PT, right?
Well, you've heard of
Why would Hideo Kojima do that?
Well, he made a game called PT, and it was supposed to be the playable teaser for the upcoming Silent Hills game.
That never came out.
That never came out.
Because Konami shut it down and fired him.
He was making Silent Hills with Guillermo del Toro and Norman Reedus, and everyone was very excited. But
Right?
Is that what Death Stranding is now supposed to be?
It's
sort of.
It's a spiritual
Also, what
success.
the
I guess.
Fuck is Death Stranding?
It's like if you thought Metal Gear Solid was Hideo Kojima being reined in and boxed and contained by Konami, and he is now fully unleashed.
He is free. That you know what as
That
much as I
terrifies
love
me.
Hideo Kojima and all the stuff he's put out, I am honestly worried for fucking Death Stranding because I'm looking at this as someone who's like been
What are
a
you talking
huge
about,
fan
Don?
of him.
It's just a classic Strand game.
The man comes
Just
out.
a run-of-the-mill Strand
Yeah,
game.
the man comes out and he's just like, "This is gonna be like nothing you've ever played," and I'm like, "Listen, that's very pretentious
I'm
coming."
playing Strand games.
Hear me out. I'm like, yeah, that's very pretentious coming from the person who's making it, but also every other creative mind who has ever fucking laid eyes on this thing sounds like they fucking opened the Necronomicon. They've all been saying, like, this man's a fucking genius, he's a visionary, y'all ain't ready for this
What?
shit, and I'm like, oh, fuck.
What makes this game visionary?
We will never
That's
know.
the thing, I don't know.
It's
but all of these
performance art.
other
We're
people,
all part of Death Stranding. It's happening all around us.
like, all of these fucking
It's gonna
people
get
have been saying,
canceled.
like, oh, it's gonna be great.
Who said this?
Fucking, like, Jordan Voight Roberts and, like, I can't even name them. Like, it's just these random fucking dudes who are very art housey have
Did
just been
Matt
like,
say he likes it.
Mads has no fucking clue what's going on. Mads has literally gone on record saying that he's been told what this game is about on multiple occasions, and every time he just smiles and nods and says, okay.
That is the funniest thing I've heard.
And
all
he's
my life.
literally gone on record saying that.
He's
Like,
got such a look.
He
He's
does.
got such a vibe.
Yeah.
that fucking
And
picture of
he's so
him,
cool.
Norman Reedus, and Hideo out fucking smoking, that's an old picture, by the
That's
way.
the edgiest pic
like,
I've ever
Where Kojima's
seen.
pretending.
Where,
to smoke.
yeah, Kojima's doing this and doesn't have anything in his hands. Just wants to hang out with his boyfriend while he smokes.
That's a big confidence move.
Yeah,
It really
Oh, yeah.
is. And he
powerful.
pulls it off effortlessly.
absolutely.
I thought this E3 was very good. Honestly, I
Mhm.
thought some good memes came out of it. Some
Yep.
good surprises came out of it. Breath of the Wild 2. Didn't see that coming. That was
I
wild.
can't
I
wait.
think that's gonna be good.
Can I
But
just, like-
also dumb.
Can I just like gush about that for like a hot minute?
Alright.
So that looks like Ganondorf's dead body,
I have
like in the
hints,
trailer.
The hints. The
I'm
the
thinking
evidence.
that's like under the castle, so that's like his dead body before he became Calamity, and all that green shit looks like Twilight to me.
What's
I said so. The
Twilight?
first thing I noticed, the music,
They
the
have
very
there was
backwards
this other
audio,
game
like
called
the
Yeah.
Twilight Princess. That's
I
about
know
like
about
a-
I was
Twilight
like,
Princess.
that sounds like Twilight.
Yeah,
Remember the
so
green shit from
it's-
Twilight Princess?
No.
Remember
I
that?
know about the game,
the other
but I never
dimension
heard of it.
that you know.
Yeah,
go
the
to.
Twilight Princess about like a shadow
When you're
reality
when you're
kinda
Wolf
thing,
Link
you know?
and everyone's a shadow.
There are a lot of games. It's like the Upside Down in Stranger Things.
Mm.
If you
But
played,
for Zelda.
if you went back to the
Okay.
game, you'd be like, oh. Look,
It's actually
everywhere.
kind of a long running thing in Zelda. Like A Link to the Past had like a dark world and like.
Yeah, there's a lot of Dark World stuff.
Yeah. it was
You
just,
do have a
like,
point though. I noticed
Evil bad boy
it
reflections
had a
of
very
reality.
Twilighty style to
Kind of
it.
like
Mm.
Celeste.
And that's why I was like,
Yes.
ooh,
Yeah, kind of.
this is what's going down. Also, I don't know. I have to go back and look at it, but I'm pretty sure the castle was
They're
going
coming
up.
out with an
Yeah, I
expansion
thought the
for
castle-
So is it gonna go
that's
skyward?
100 more levels.
Oh my god.
It's just all of them. It's got all the games in it.
Give me my Crimson Loftwing, but it's a jetpack instead. Like the fucking horse was a fucking motorcycle.
I really hope this is the Majora's Mask. Of
Yeah,
the
so
Wild.
that's what I was gonna say. I'm really excited because they
The
were like,
spookier.
the game straight up
sequel.
looks like it's fucking horror. Like it looks like a scary ass game. And Eiji Aonuma came out and was like, yeah, it's gonna be darker than Majora's Mask. And I'm like, motherfucker, that game gave you nightmares when you were
Is
developing
that where
it.
Ben Drown came from?
Yes.
Yeah, that game is just straight up about death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole fucking game is an allegory of Link being dead.
Yeah, the game has like
I gotta admit, the Polygon video where he solves the Zelda timeline.
Fucking great.
That is a classic.
Oh, all of
Monopoly.
them are so good.
That's a monument to BDG.
It is. Shout out to
Shout out to
BDG.
BDG.
Yeah.
If we got recognized by BDG, I might fangirl.
Yeah.
That would be really cool.
I would fangirl.
You would. Yeah, you could.
You
mention-
are.
You got fucking
Our
recognized by
local
yourself.
BDG though.
You are. You're our BDG.
Like you,
Girl
like, you
mustache.
haven't honestly like looked at his videos and thought like I haven't said this in the exact same inflection.
Yeah.
Or made these exact same goofs.
Sure.
I don't want. You see, this does and doesn't make me want to make goofy videos.
No, you have to grow a mustache first.
No, he doesn't.
I'll paint my nails again. I swear to God.
I will legit help you do these videos.
Same.
If you decided to just make a
I'm
channel.
gonna come up with a very wacky idea for this video, and then I'll pitch it to you.
No, it needs to be like BDG, but like everything that you care about.
Okay, so
Like not just video games.
BDG Unraveled, but about the topic of my choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it could be albums,
Okay.
movies, video games, philosophy. Like I don't care. I will help you.
I did
film.
write. I wrote a
You
short.
did.
I wrote a short essay on analyzing the intro sequence to Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, I thought you were talking about your
we're gonna make a video.
I thought you were talking about your Overwatch one by how much they would be a good friend.
Fuck, I forgot about that.
The Overwatch what?
I.
Alright, you're this however long you are closer to your weekend.
You're about an hour closer to your
Yeah.
We're at the 55-minute mark.
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Enjoy your E3.
Enjoy your
For the-
video games.
whatever.
Don't be a shitty
It's gonna be
gamer.
over when this goes up. It's probably gonna be September when this goes up.
Yeah,
Don't
true.
harass people online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gamer culture's bad.
Brush your teeth.
Drink